Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming up next. Kansas City Sports and Fitness is the magazine for sports fans in KC. Inside, we cover local sports and local teams, from pro to peewee and everything in between. And this month's free copy of Kansas City Sports and Fitness includes the Surplus Exchange College Sports Report. You'll find Kansas City Sports and Fitness all over KC at places like the Kansas City Ice Center. And it's free, so pick one up today. Good Sports was recorded live on Saturday, April 11th. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. I'm Steve Fish. I'm the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Today we're here at the Kansas City Ice Center, located on Johnson Drive, 2 miles west of 435, where you can skate on their outdoor pavilion or their indoor ice rink. Call 913-441-3033 or visit their website, kcicecenter.com, for more details on public skate sessions, hockey clinics, and their Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey programs. Now, today on our show, we will talk with Bob Akers from the Surplus Exchange. But before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness is available free at over 700 locations. And with this month's issue, KC Sports continues to celebrate our 18th straight year as the Sports Illustrated of KC. Now, in our hockey report presented by the Kansas City Ice Center, we write about adult hockey, 4-on-4 hockey, and a figure skating ice show at the KC Ice Center. In our KC baseball report presented by the Surplus Exchange, we interview the Royals' Paulo Orlando and discuss the Royals' fighting spirit. And in our golf report, we bring you articles on OP golf courses, Sykes Lady and St. Andrews, and we also report on Eagles Landing Golf Course in Belton. Plus, we have health and fitness stories on laser therapy for injury recovery and how shoe orthotics can help athletes and individuals, too. You can visit our new and improved website, kcsportspaper.com, to find a link to a list of locations where you can find Kansas City Sports and Fitness. And you can actually check out a PDF of the entire issue on our website as well. And I also want to mention that you can now get a free subscription to the digital version of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine, and all you have to do is go to that new and improved website, kcsportspaper.com, and sign up where it says Join Our Fan Club. Then watch your email for the next issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness. Now, we are here at the Kansas City Ice Center, and we're joined by Bob Akers, who is the executive director of the Surplus Exchange, and he's also a youth and a high school club soccer coach here in Kansas City. Thanks for coming out and joining us. I know you had a busy day today, Bob.
Yeah, I've been running a little bit, but it's all right. It's good to be here.
Well, we always love talking about youth sports and things like that with Bob. We're going to start off by talking about the Surplus Exchange because they do some really great things here in Kansas City. Fill us in on what the Surplus Exchange is, and then we'll get into what you guys do in the community.
Well, we're an environmental nonprofit, and the main point of our organization is to divert as much waste away from the waste stream and back into service or to proper recycling channels. Focusing on electronics, there's a huge problem with the stuff hitting up in third world countries, ending up in landfills. It's highly toxic, needs to be handled properly, and that's what we try to do. The other side of that coin is we can take a lot of this material, refurbish it, rehab it, and we can put it to good use in our community, and that's one of the things we've been doing. We've probably stepped it up quite a bit over the last year with putting things into community centers, working with other nonprofits to make sure that everybody in our community has the ability to connect, get internet access, and have technology at their fingertips. A lot of people need that, and without having technology today, you are having a really hard time getting the education you need if you're a young kid. So ACT prep, those sorts of things are all out there. And then the other side of it is making technology available to other nonprofits. We're a nonprofit. We know that cash is tough to come by, and it seems like everything I'm involved with, whether it's youth soccer to my day job, is a nonprofit. And yes, cash is always hard to come by if you're a nonprofit or a small business, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we can make some of this stuff available to small businesses and other nonprofits, it's a good thing. It's a win-win.
For sure, yeah. So you mostly work with it's mostly computers.
Anything
and then you also get furniture.
Yeah, we get furniture. Anything that's electronic, we have the ability and the know-how to recycle. We have a certified, audited downstream chain that we keep a handle on. So, if it's got a plug or a circuit board, we know what to do with it. And anymore, we just bought a new refrigerator at home, and the thing said it's hi-fi capable, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how that works.
Wi-Fi capable?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to check my email when I'm getting a glass of water. I don't know what that's all about.
Well, yeah. Or does it report to you if it's broken or something like that? Is that part of it?
I assume it's not talking to me, and I'm not that smart, so I'll wait until somebody comes by to tell me why it's Wi-Fi capable. It's not my problem.
That's interesting. That's a whole other show, I think, for us is to get into the smart house stuff. But I was visiting my in-laws, I guess, for my son who's married in Dubuque, Iowa, and they had this. It was given to them. It was a TV that was like 70-something inches, and it was a computer as well. It's like, oh my God, you can go online, you can do all this stuff with this thing. But yeah, I mean, how do you so you get something bigger, then what do you do with that?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. We break them down the same way. We do get some rather large, flat panel TVs in. We get big mainframe computers in. We get some medical equipment in, and it's just having the knowledge and the understanding of how to break it down, and then having the trustworthy people downstream that are going to take care of it the right way.
Right.
So, and if we do have people on staff that know how to fix something, a lot of people like to throw away stuff that has use, and if we can fix it and get it back in to service somewhere, we save environmental engineers a little time in trying to figure out how to break this stuff down, because there's an environmental cost to everything you do, and there's an environmental cost to breaking the stuff down as well.
Yeah. Well, we did our show, the show in January at your place, and I had the first chance to go back into your warehouse and shoot some pictures, which I'll show on this show as well to our TV viewers. And you have a phenomenal amount of stuff that has to get put back into either use or destroyed in a nice way that is not going to harm us. And you've said with the equipment that we have here, the little bit of equipment that we have here, how much poison and bad stuff that's inside of this thing. So it's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is.
If you anymore now, the way we are married to technology, we're surrounded by things that contain toxic compounds. And with my history in sport and my involvement in youth sport, going back to my days on the board at Brookside Soccer to now coaching teams in the MRL, I started playing sport probably in 1965. So yes, I'm old. But I all the way through college.
Here,
yeah, stop. All the way through college, I had one teammate who needed an inhaler. And now when I'm getting ready to get my team out, I have guys coming up, Coach, tell me when it's 5 minutes before kick. And it's like, hey, it's 5 minutes before kick. And everybody's running over, getting in their bags. Inhalers are coming out. Little pills are being popped. I have EpiPens for a couple of kids. And it's, I can't imagine that a lot of that's not environmental.
Yeah, I would guess as well. And when I coached, it was the same kind of thing. I'd have the Mountain Dew can for the kid that had the blood sugar issues and things like that was there on the bench during the game, and never really had to use it, but it was always there.
Well, and there's some good stuff that's available now. I took a course probably 2 years ago that was about warming up asthmatic kids, and there's a different process between just letting your kids get out there and warm up. You want to slowly warm up an asthmatic kid and let him get to that playing temperature a little bit more gradual than just go and circle the field twice and come back and then run sprints. So that's you need to put some thought into it. And I'm glad that there are some organizations. I think that was an American Lung put that out, and I think actually Bob Knight had something to do with it.
Oh, really?
So I didn't see any chairs go flying by, but apparently he'd had some asthmatic players when he was in Indiana.
Wow.
And got behind us. So I mean, being a youth sport coach, you need to take all that into account, because kids do outgrow asthma in some of these conditions. Some don't, but if you're not caring and you're not really aware, and you just want to be the hard guy that says, you just suck it up and sprint, you probably better have some insurance.
Yeah, for sure. So talking about Surplus Exchange, you have recycling events. You came from one today.
Yeah.
You also have a permanent drop-off location. So if people want to get rid of the old electronics because they've gotten a new phone or they've gotten a new bigger 95-inch TV or whatever, you can do that. Tell us where people can drop that off.
We've got a permanent place at 119th and Hardy. It's with the City of Overland Park at their recycling center. We're working with City of Lee Summit. They do have a container out there at City of Lee Summit, so folks that are in that part of the world can go and put stuff in that container, and we're getting it out of there once or twice a week. Right now we're taking about 3,000 pounds a week out of the Overland Park container.
Wow.
And we'll do a recycling event for Overland Park at Black and Beach on May 2nd. So I'll be calling my orthopedic surgeon probably May 4th is the way that works. So, yeah.
I have a chiropractor that you can contact, a chiropractor or two. But, yeah, you'll be doing some of the heavy lifting. Tell us where the Surplus Exchange is and how people can find out more.
We're at 518 Santa Fe. That's in the West Bottoms. We're just a little bit west of the River Market area, City Market. You can find us online at www.surplusexchange.org. Follow us on Facebook. We're posting interesting pictures of our fun dog, our new mascot, as well as the interesting things that we get in, whether it's the cat EKG or the Korean War walkie-talkie. You just never know what we're going to post, so it's a pretty fun site to follow. You can always call us at 816-472-0444.
Yeah, you never know what's going to come into the Surplus Exchange. And when we were there in January, I guess it was, we had our wall of weird, and that was fun. That was fun to see. Except I want that Lisa that you have there. that is just an awesome thing. And if you're a Macintosh owner and you go way back, the Lisa is the predecessor to the Macintosh. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more with Bob in our second segment. We're going to talk some youth sports, but right now we're going to take a quick break. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. We're coming to you from the KCI Center, which is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. I am Steve Fish. We'll be right back. Come on out to the Kansas City Ice Center and skate on the outdoor pavilion or the indoor ice rink. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KCI Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times, to register for classes, or schedule an upcoming party or group event, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. That's 913-441-3033.
With the current trend to live a greener lifestyle, many people and businesses now recycle their electronics. At the Surplus Exchange, your e-waste will never go to a landfill or incinerator, nor will we allow e-waste to be shipped overseas. Some companies employ this tactic and end up polluting other countries with our waste. All materials are safely tracked, destroyed, or reclaimed right here in the U.S. The Surplus Exchange is Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. To find out more, visit surplusexchange.org.
These days, we're all so busy and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, get your initial visit and a deep tissue laser treatment for just $40. Just mention KC Sports when you make your appointment. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. Experience a touch of the Ozarks at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. And sign up now for Winterstone's major series tournaments. And visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and great offers. For tee times, go to winterstonegolf.com or call 816-257-5755. Become your own boss by learning how to invest in real estate in a free seminar hosted by millionaire real estate investor Robert Blair. To sign up for the free seminar, call 816-272-4338 or visit turnkeyhomebuyers.com. With your coupon in KC Sports Magazine, 2 golfers can play with cart for just $56 at Heritage Park or Tomahawk Hills golf courses in Johnson County. For tee times, visit heritageparkgc.com or call 913-829-4653 or tomahawkhillsgc.com or call 913-631-8000 and take advantage of the 2 for $56 special offer in KC Sports Magazine. This summer, your kids can do something cool at the Heartland Fencing Academy in Overland Park. They'll learn about the Olympic sport of fencing in a fun and safe environment at Fencing Summer Camp for kids, ages 7 through 13. Heartland Fencing Academy is located at 10727 El Monte. That's just east of 107th and Row and north of 435. For more information on summer fencing camp at the Heartland Fencing Academy, call 913-636-3769 or visit heartlandfencing.com. Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. Today we're here at the Kansas City Ice Center located on Johnson Drive, 2 miles west of 435, where you can skate on their outdoor pavilion or their indoor ice rink. Call 913-441-3033 or visit their website, kcicecenter.com, for more details on public skate sessions, hockey clinics, and their Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey programs. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out our youth soccer report presented by Turnkey Homebuyers. This month, we feature a story on the upcoming Kansas City Invitational Soccer Tournament that's going on over Memorial Weekend. You can pick up your copy of KC Sports and Fitness at over 700 locations, including metro area golf courses, athletic facilities, and sports restaurants. Now, coming up on May 16th, we'll be at Winterstone Golf Course, located at 17101 East Kentucky Road in Independence. On May 20th, we'll be out at the Kansas City Ice Center, and the KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. And on June 6th, we'll be at Iron Horse Golf Course, located at 154th and Mission in Leawood. Now, if you have a business and you're interested in having us come out and do our show at your business location, call Good Sports at 913-764-2050. And now you can view Good Sports on YouTube. All you have to do is search for the Good Sports KC channel. Now, we're talking with Bob Akers, who is the executive director of the Surplus Exchange, and he's also a youth and high school club soccer coach in Kansas City. So we're going to talk a little bit about youth sports. And Bob, one of the things that we all kind of know is the obsession with winning is the enemy of youth sports in a lot of ways. But, you know, a lot of parents and a lot of people out there don't really think that.
No, I think it's puts a lot of pressure on the kid when you're trying to develop a young man or a young woman into learning a sport. You know, with what I coach, soccer, there's a lot of things that go into it that are difficult. There's a lot of techniques, and nobody gets those right out of the box. It takes some time to develop those techniques, and it takes some time for the body to grow. And we're talking about kids who, you know, a lot of times when I have a kid in the fall, he's not the same kid in the spring because they've grown and the geometry is different. So the pressure to win and win now, I think in any youth sport is detrimental to the development of the player. And I have always had the attitude that when I have a younger team, if we're 500, it's probably a pretty good year because I've put them in situations that are extremely difficult and they've lost, or maybe we're close, and they've had a fair amount of success, so they've had that chance to grow with both. They've had they get the little reward, but they also understand there's work to do. The thing that's a little bit scary with the parents want their kid to be on the winningest team. So when we get in, we're coming up here on June, which is the tryout period for soccer. Kids become free agents. And I wonder if it's just a filter down thing from watching what they see in the pros where, I'm going to get my kid on this team because that was the winningest team last year. So you get this real shuffling going back and forth. I don't think it's good for the kids' development. I don't think it's really good for the kids socially as well. But I do understand, and those of us who coach do have to understand that the parents are the ones paying the bills. They're the customers. So we somehow have to bridge that gap. I personally think the best way to bridge that gap is to have very frank discussions with your team parents and explain that what we're trying to do here is develop these kids to be better players. That doesn't necessarily always translate into a team that just goes down and just mows everybody out.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And statistically, with the attitude that they're taking these days in youth sports, 18, 13-year-old age group, 70% of the kids drop out after the first year, and that's, there's nothing wrong with trying a sport and not liking it.
Sure.
but go on and try something else. But that's generally a problem.
Well, my real fear is, I obviously love the sport of soccer, and I've been involved with it for a number of years. I won't throw out how many years again because that was embarrassing. But here locally,
I'm still counting.
Stop that. I've been involved with Brookside Soccer. I've been involved with Brookside FC, with FC Porto. So I've been kicking around here for a while now, and personally, I don't think we should be keeping tables, keeping won-loss records or any of that until these kids are at least 12, U12s, maybe U14. We shouldn't table them until U14, and it should all be about development of the young athlete, development of those skills, because once they start to get into this high school age, you see some perplexing things. And I do know some kids who, I know one young man who, was cut by his high school team, and he has a college scholarship.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of puzzling. I know another young man that I think if you ask those of us who have coached the class of 2015 right now, probably the best midfielder in the city rode the bench at Rockhurst, of all places. And it's a complete puzzlement to me why a playmaking midfielder can't get on the field.
Yeah.
There's things I probably don't know about. Maybe he did something in the classroom. Maybe he did something I don't know. But you do those things to these young players, and you have players that are getting to this time of their life and they're starting to despise the sport.
Yeah.
And that's not good. And it's okay if you want to throttle back. If you're playing competitive, and it's just too much. It's too much of a grind, and you just don't want to do that. You can go back and you can play a more relaxed sport and play it for the rest of your life. The real point of youth sport, because we know 0.5% of these kids will play at the college level.
Right.
It's not a huge flood that just opens up and there's all these spots for these kids. But we know 1/2 will maybe play college, and less than that's going to play pro. So what we're really trying to do as youth coaches is maybe instill a healthy lifestyle, a love of the exercise, a love of working out, and you channel that into another part of your life when you're done playing. Maybe you work out more, you go to the gym more, that should be what we're teaching. Or you can't take the competitive stuff, but you still love the game.
Yeah.
So you can go play recreational. I had somebody that called me and wanted me to play in an over 30 game, and I told them they needed to check my ID and times to that, and I might come out and play, but either that or have an ambulance.
Oh, you just made the math a lot easier for me.
Thanks. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. When I ran a hockey group, and we skated out here, we skated at a couple of the other rinks, and we never kept score. And I didn't have any referees, and we didn't drop a puck, and we didn't do any of that stuff because I wasn't interested in the competition at that level, the win and lose competition. I was more interested in we as adults just getting out and having fun, and working our legs and working our hearts and sweating and laughing and enjoying the game. And the athletes that you're talking about as these kids grow up, playing on a team is a great skill that doesn't necessarily have to translate to playing on another team, but working in an environment with a team, meaning just your regular job, that's a huge plus as well.
Well, teamwork and socialization and understanding how that works. I'm the executive director of a nonprofit, so I manage 13 or so people, and you always have things that you have to step in the middle of. You always have, corporate gossip. Everybody has that kind of thing. You always have somebody who's upset with somebody else. And the only way you get through that is everybody learns to resolve those situations. You don't, occasionally you do, but when you get to be in the real world, you can't just go, I don't like Freddie, so I'm going to quit my job and go join another company or something like that. If you have that ability to do that, let me know how that works out for you. I've never seen that work out great. So you have to understand how to solve these problems. We like to talk about soccer as a problem-solving game.
Yeah.
Because a player has to make 2 or 3 decisions almost every second, and we should be putting a lot of fertilizer on that part of the game, the decision-making, the problem-solving, and really encourage that. and promote that. It's a little concerning to, if your whole thing is, well, everybody's a forward. I've noticed when you have young players, everybody is a scoring genius,
right.
And so we always have to put everybody up to score. Well, there are some kids that dad thinks is a scoring genius, but you look at it and, he or she's just defensive minded. I mean, they sit back. That's just their nature, and they're really good at that. So if they're really good at that, let's let them do that. I know for me, without keeping track of score, when I coach and work with a U10 team, and I see them, regardless of what happens, I see them string together 3 or 4 passes in a really nice sequence. Oh my, I'm ready to just jump up and cheer right there. I mean, that is for me a win, especially if they're nice diagonal penetrating passes and they're keeping possession. That's the kind of stuff that we need to be excited about. Yeah, if they take a shot at the end, well, yeah, that's great. Take a shot. If it goes in, that's even better. But if it doesn't, it was still a great sequence, and it's something to build on. It's something to learn. And I think the build-on part of youth sports is sometimes something we drop the ball on because we are doing something. We're trying to put the first brick in, then another brick, and then another brick, and you're trying to build on this stuff.
Right. Yeah, I'm in total agreement with you. I've been out here, and they've had hockey games afterwards, and when you get a 10-year-old or a 9-year-old or whatever that's out there, and they're thinking, I'm going to send the puck to this guy because he's open, and then he does something else with it, and that I'll applaud that, and I'll cheer for that. So one of the statements, and we're out of time here, but is stop worrying about winning and find better ways to measure the success of your child's program, and in a sense that's a part of what that is as coaches and individuals watching the sport. That's what you're going to build on, and that's where the kid's going to enjoy the sport even more. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so that'll do it for our show today. My thanks to the Kansas City Ice Center for hosting us, and thanks to Bob Akers from the Surplus Exchange for joining us. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, the KC Sports and Fitness Show, and check out some of our other shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. You'll find it all over KC, and it's free, so pick it up today.
Bring basketball fever to your own backyard or your driveway with your very own game court from Sport Court of Kansas City. Game courts can also be installed for volleyball, racket sports, soccer, tennis, or roller hockey. For more details, call Sport Court at 913-963-7529 or visit sportcourtkc.com. KC North Spine and Joint Center is the only full-body active release provider north of the river. For sports injuries, foot, shoulder, knee, or hip issues, call Dr. Hildebrand at KC North Spine and Joint Center at 816-584-0413 or visit kcnorthsjc.com. Two of the finest golf clubs in Kansas City are right in Overland Park. St. Andrews Golf Club at Neiman and 135th Street and Overland Park Golf Club at 125th and Quivira. For tee times, call St. Andrews at 913-897-3804 and OP Golf Club at 913-897-3809 or visit golfop.com. The Jewish Community Center has it all. Fitness center, indoor and outdoor pools, recreation programs for both kids and adults, and summer sports camps. The J is conveniently located at 117th and Knoll. Call 913-327-8000 or visit jkc.org for more information. Iron Horse is one of the top public courses in the KC Metro. Iron Horse is rated 4 stars by Golf Digest and is the only Troon course in KC. Located just off State Line at 154th and Mission in Leawood, Iron Horse is a quick drive from any location. Call Iron Horse Golf Course at 913-685-4653 to book your next tee time. Join a league, set up a tournament, or enroll your junior golfer in their first tee summer golf program. You can also book a tee time and find out more about Troon Golf at ironhorsegolf.com.
Hi, it's Greg Pryor. One of my favorite products in Life Priority is called Lift. See Lift at my website, lifepriority.com.
Change your golf game at Core Strategies Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness Center in Overland Park. And save 18% when you mention Good Sports or KC Sports Magazine. For more details, visit coreptkc.com or call 913-322-4000 and change your golf game this season. Canyon Farms Golf Club has quickly been recognized as one of the finest 18-hole golf courses in the Midwest. Canyon Farms offers challenges for the competitive golfer and creates a fun experience for the casual golfer, too. Canyon Farms is located about a mile west of 435 on 87th Street Parkway. Call 913-529-2235 today to book your next tee time or to find out about their membership programs. Or visit CanyonFarmsGolfClub.com. Now you can view our shows and past shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel.